Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Coletrain interviews. I am your host, as always, Coletrain, and we have the honor and privilege to be sitting with a OG of
Oh
the
yeah.
Universe Mode community, man that been here for over 10 plus years, man. Oh man, we sitting with a man that loves entertainment from 1998. I think that would have said to
Oh yeah.
2013. My man, Boy123Jim, man. How are
Mm.
you doing today?
Man, I am doing very well. Not gonna lie, I'm in a better place than I was before.
Mm-hmm.
Because like before, as you can tell on my channel, I was a bit up and down, a bit flippy floppy with it. Because I think I was burnt out, but I just didn't know how to go about it. I didn't know how to at least go about it in the right way. I was like, okay, if I stop, I'm worried that I'm going to lose viewers or subscribers and all that. But I realized I just need to relax day by day, and we're good now. And now I'm in a better, way better place now. So
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely, man. This YouTube is very interesting of how the algorithm works. I basically like now study it for my major because I'm a computer science major, so
Mm.
I can pretty much understand where YouTube gets their things from and why we get certain recommendations and why certain things don't get pushed out. So
Mhm.
it helps me better whenever I don't constantly put out videos because there was a point in time where I physically couldn't make any videos. It was hard. And you don't want to burn yourself out. And we'll talk about burnout and stuff like that in a few.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm glad you're doing much better.
Appreciate it.
So how you liking WWE 2K23?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. At first, I wasn't excited because like 22 felt like the huge milestone because of the nonsense that was 20, and I was like, okay, 2K20 comes through. Okay, this is great. This is fresh. 2K23 comes around. I'm like, I'm not. Am I ready for a whole new game? Am I ready for that? But when the game dropped, and I won't lie, the second I'm at work and I keep hearing, other information coming out, then DLC, they started to announce DLC stuff like Bray Wyatt was a DLC down the line, I think, and
He was.
John Cena. It shocked me when Cena was the cover. I was like, I don't want Cena. I mean, I'm not complaining, but like that's like the second time I think
The second
for
time in the 2K games, and if you count his
yeah,
SVR, I think it's about 5 or 6.
yeah, like this man's all over the place.
Like I remember he was on 2011.
Mhm.
He was on something. I think it was 2000 something too.
Yeah, so he was on, at least from what I've seen, he was on SVR 06 with Batista.
Yeah, he was.
I
I remember that.
think on 07, like a little part of it with Triple H being in the center.
Yeah, Triple H was the center of '07. Then he
Oh,
08. Was he on 08?
Yeah, 08 it was the one with Cena, Taker, Lashley when they first introduced ECW in the game.
Featuring ECW. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and then let's see, 09 was DX. So
DX was
2010.
2010. He was on there because I remember he was with the mean face.
Yeah.
He was sitting like this because he was going through a phase on TV or something like that. So that was 09. He was on 09 too. I mean 10.
Yeah.
And then he was on 2011 because he was like this. I have that cover.
Yeah.
He was sitting like this with his little orange shirt on.
I had the Bret Hart, Taker, and Edge one.
Oh, you got that one?
Yeah, I had that one.
I always wanted to find that one.
I was confused. I was like, wait, why is Undertaker? I mean, Edge, I get he's Canadian, sure. Why is Taker here? And then a friend of mine was like, maybe Taker is Canadian. I looked it up. He's not. But I was like, oh.
No. Taker was born in Texas, dog. Yeah. He's fully American. If you watch The Last Ride, just look at his flag. You'll see. You'll see how American that he is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When I watched that documentary, that was jokes to find out that he wasn't happy with his performance in the match with Roman. So he's like, I gotta redo that. So, it upsets me that he was ready to go at it 20 plus minutes with Cena. All for Vince to be like, hey, yeah, like 5 minutes. Y'all got like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
That did no more
that
fun.
really upset me too. Like, I was like, "Dang, I got 5 on it." Like, I got
Yeah,
damn,
they,
like, that's what you're doing to us now. Like, come on, man.
it's like, come on, man. But yeah, you give Brock and Roman all the time,
I
stinking up
wanted
the
to walk
joint.
out. I was close to walking out. I was there. I was in the building.
Oh man, that WrestleMania to me was like the most like left sided. Like it just turned. It went from all right, it's promising Rollins, Miz, Balor, then Charlotte, Oscar. I mean, yeah, I was disappointed that Oscar's streak was broken, but
It was
still
still a
good
good
so
match.
far.
I mean, looking back at it, it
Yeah.
was one of the best matches on the card.
And then Taker and Cena was good, and then what? Then the 4-way for the U.S. title with Jinder winning happened, and then from that point it started to go down. It went back up with Rousey and Angle and Big Nose Triple H and Gargoyle McMahon Stephanie, and then and then
And then
it went
can't
down.
forget Daniel Bryan's
Oh yeah,
return.
the Daniel
That was
Bryan
one of the
return.
biggest points.
I honestly I ain't gonna lie, I forget. I forget because I'm like, yeah, he came back, fight for your dreams will fight for you. And it's like, he teamed with Shane
Here
against
comes the money.
Shane and
Yeah, with the money,
and
with all
Owens.
his kids coming out, all his,
Uh,
yeah. Shane
I
O'Mac.
love Shane, but at that point I was like, I mean,
Here comes the money.
you could do without. And
Yeah, I was like,
I ain't gonna lie, Shane coming out WrestleMania this year, I popped, and then the second he leaped and then messed up his quad, I was just like, what just happened? And then
I thought it was a work at
Snoop
first.
Dogg was MVP in that moment. I don't care if he delivered the worst people's album. I don't care about that. The fact that he came in there improvised and was like, "Hey yo, you beat up my friend, car? You?"
The Snoop Dogg moment was hilarious. I ain't gonna lie, that was all improv.
Oh yeah.
The Miz, he sold that like a champ. I ain't gonna lie, but like that is hilarious. How Shane came back and did his little dance or whatever, walked down the stage and tried to
Huffing and
hop over
puffing.
like he was training for wrestling for months before this
Yeah.
and tore his quads.
The second he heard himself, I'm like, Shane, take your old ass home. I'm sorry.
I thought it was a work at first. I thought that was planned. I thought that he hurt himself and then like, oh, they was gonna have somebody else come out. Somebody was gonna debut or something. But
Yeah.
never. No, no.
Mm-mm.
It was real. I was like, what the hell?
But luckily, Snoop Dogg came through and did his thing. I was dying. I was watching it with a friend of mine. I was dying, and I was like, that was great. One of my favorite moments of the night. Don't care. Yeah, I know.
Genuinely wonder where the
All
hell
you
that was gonna
people,
lead at.
I know all you people out there just like, it was awful, Snoop Dogg. It's like, you don't get it. You don't get it. And besides, it's wrestling. There's so much nonsense in wrestling, so much dumb stuff in wrestling that
You have no idea.
you overlook. But yet, when something like that happens, you just crap all over. I mean, come on.
I mean, it's all improv too. I mean, you gotta. I mean, they wasn't planning for that to happen. It's not like Shane said, "Yeah, I'm gonna tear my quads tonight."
Oh yeah, that was crazy. But
Yeah, that poor guy.
never want to see him again. Hold on for a second. Wait.
Yes, indeed. So, now let's start from the beginning. So, your YouTube career, how did it get started? Who was the reason?
All right.
Why?
Okay, so I think early 2010s, I started to get into online stuff.
Okay.
I started to get into online stuff, right? I discovered YouTube and other things, but I discovered YouTube. I was like, okay, let me watch. I was able to watch like so many wrestling matches at that point, so many John Cena matches. And then by 2012, 2013, I watched a guy named DashEXP on YouTube.
Oh, I love him. He's so good. He's amazing.
I watched. First, it was his skits. I knew, like, I started watching his stuff way before, and then I discovered that he had a YouTube channel. 2014. I started watching. I'm just like, wow, that's great. I would love to like play games and just film it like that. I feel like that's cool, right? And then afterwards, I discovered another YouTube channel called CM Pulse.
We
I
all know and
discovered
love him.
Pulse. I'm just like, yo, this is cool. I would love to play WWE games. So this is where, like, because I would play Universe mode the way how I would do it in real, like how I do it now. Pretty much where I would book matches how I want it. I would play through the matches then and just have fun with it. But then I think by 2013, 2014 time, I was just like, I was starting to get tired and bored of it. So I was just like, okay, I think I'm done. And
Mm-hmm.
then I started to dabble into. I wanted to do news at first. I wanted to do wrestling news at first. I wanted to be like, I guess what you see today, like Wrestle Talks, Cutaholics, and all those guys.
Oh yeah, Solid
And
Monster and JD
yeah,
from New
like I
York.
wanted to do all of that, but then I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm broke. I can't. I can't do this. I can't. I gotta have money to get all these articles and stuff and do all that. But
Yeah, and
then November,
also that's a full-time job right there. I can't. I don't got
yeah.
time for that.
And at that point, I was still in high school, and I was just trying to figure out something else to do because like at that point WWE was in and out for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was still watching weekly, but I was just like, whatever. This week, okay, whatever. The Authority, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was the Authority time and
Oh, like the beginning of the Authority
bow
time was
down to the
so.
king. I got sick of that damn song, man. It's
Oh,
like you heard it. I swear that song played at least 70 goddamn times that year. Like it's such a good song too. Like, but WWE made me so tired because you hear it like 5 times a night, and it's the same thing. He come out with his little suit on, got a little mic in his
yeah,
hand, and then Stephanie just looking like this,
yes.
and the
It's the same.
camera and stuff. It was I got tired of it. Like, oh my god.
It's the same thing every time they come out. Welcome to Monday Night
Monday Night
Raw. Tight
Raw.
ass nose, and it just
We
it's
do what's
just.
best for business. I'm like,
I would hate when they say that every time. I swear to God, I hate it when they say that. Oh, it's best for business. I'm like, shut up. Shut up. And then every time they would get a comeuppance, it's like Vicky Guerrero chucking Stephanie into that pool of mud or whatever
oh
on
my god.
Raw.
I literally just rewatched that the other day.
Yeah, I was happy for that. And also, what was it? When Big Show knocked out Triple H, I was like, oh, fuck yes.
May you
Let's
remember when Big Show
go.
cried on TV?
Oh, first it started with Laurinaitis. At first, I was like, "Damn, they really got this big ass dude crying. That's crazy."
I feel
I know how to feel. I know how to feel for the guy. Well, I was like, "Damn."
I genuinely feel bad for him. Like he cried from John Laurinaitis of people.
Yeah.
People power made him cry on live TV, and then he cried because of Stephanie McMahon of all people.
But yeah, he did. I mean, I'm glad he didn't cry. I mean, I would have cried if Stephanie slapped the shit out of me, like she did Big Show. Like she's like gonna cry like a baby. She just slapped him. He ate that. And I'm just like,
I would have did more than cry, but I can't say it on the interview. With if she would have slapped me, what I would have done, man. But hey, you got slapped by one of the finest women.
The reason why I call her Gargoyles because that moment when she slapped me, she's like, "What? You gonna cry like a baby?" And then when she yelled, "You're fired" into the microphone, it sounded like she was screeching. So that's why I call her a gargoyle because when she's mad and she's giving it her all on the microphone, she screeches, and that's why
she sure does. But hey, look. Man, look how the song said she's all grown up.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying. God, I love that song, by the way. That's the best Stephanie song.
Yes.
Queendom is the second best, but all grown up always takes the cake for me.
Oh yeah. So yeah, November 2014, that's when I decided August 2014, my first channel, but that didn't go anywhere. Second channel, which is the one we're watching now, that one, November 2014, that's when I started because my mom got me the PS4. It was like my first PS4 was the white one, what came with the Destiny game.
You got the white one?
Yeah. I was like, oh shit, thanks, Ma.
Jesus. I got the Uncharted version. The Nathan Drake collection one. Because I got it in Christmas 2015.
Oh, jeez. It sucks to find out that years later that that PS4 was actually like not good. as far as manufactured wise, like
Yeah,
it was.
yeah, it was awful. Like the manufacturing was pretty bad.
But yeah, I used that because a friend of mine, that I'm gonna peel the curtain back a bit.
Go, go, go ahead, go ahead.
If you know someone named King Mo on in the internet, as far as like announcing or like revealing news for video games, which he has done in the past. Like
Yes.
I'm like he was the one that was like, "Hey, yo, you do know you could record off the PS4, right?" I was like, "I can." I can, and then
We
I
have a
figured it
similar
out.
story to how I first found out. I was like, I seen one of my friends was like,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm streaming 2K on my PS4 tonight. I'm like, what? You can do that? He
Yeah.
was like, yeah, you can. I'm like, okay.
Oh
Why
man.
didn't they? Nobody told me this.
Yeah, and I was able to do that, and then I found out there was an app on the system called Share Factory. That's what I used to edit my joint, and then that was before YouTube. The YouTube editor went away. I used to use that too. That's how I'd make my intros, and then just put everything together. I would record it like in pieces, put them all together in YouTube editor, and then I'll upload it like that. And for some reason, I was just driven because I knew if I kept going, if I didn't stop, keep going, eventually some people will like my stuff, and let's see what happens. And then
Mm-hmm.
by what 20 December 2015, I got 105 subs, and I was like, "Oh shit, y'all like my stuff." I mean, out of all people you're watching, me. and, and that's my attitude ever since. It's like every time I see something positive about what I've done, it's like, really, me?
Me?
What did I do?
You like my channel? Like, did I impact you to like the video like that?
Yeah,
What?
like it's crazy, man, and I just kept going. I really hated 2K16 mainly because like I'm the type of person where if the littlest detail is taken away from me, I'm gonna have a hard trouble getting over it. Like I'm gonna have a hard time getting over it. Meaning, in 2K16, when I'm recording off the system, 2K15, I was able to. There was music in the game, and you could hear the entrance theme in the background of the entrances and all of that. So when
Yeah,
2K16 happened,
they took that out,
they took it away, and I was just like,
and they haven't brought it back since.
yeah. And I hated just having my earbuds in, and I just hear the crowd noise in the background. I don't hear no music, nothing.
Yeah,
And then
because at the time you couldn't put because you're using YouTube editor, you couldn't
yeah,
drag and download your music and put it in there. So it was
yeah.
just crowd. Oh, I know that sucks. Man, that
Yeah, the
sucks.
2K16. That's why luckily I'm able to get over that now because like we went through it. I can look back and be like, damn, I already did some weird stuff like the Terminators taking out DX. 2K16, I was experimenting like crazy.
You know what's funny? I came across that video before I started, and I was like, "What in God's green earth is this?" That it was two goddamn Terminators. Be like, and Triple H was saying, "Suck it." I'm like, "That's a robot. He doesn't have anything down there." Triple H.
Oh my god! I just came it just came in my head. I'm like, because they're friends in real life, so I'm like, okay, well, this is not Arnold Schwarzenegger. This is the Terminator.
The
So the
Terminator.
Terminator, you gotta, I don't know. I ended the rivalry with the Wyatt family, with Triple H and Seth Rollins, and then I had Triple H go into with the Terminator. Then we had this whole thing with DX and stuff. Like this whole time I was experimenting. I brought Steve Austin into the universe, made
Hmm.
it a whole big deal. Like, oh yeah, he's back to win the title, and I had to record it so many times so he can fucking win it. Like I didn't want to play it. I was like, no, he has to win it. God damn it! And luckily, I finally got that. I made Sting WWE champion for a long time.
Yeah,
Like
I remember that.
I yeah, like
I remember his run.
I did a lot, man. I did a lot, and by 2K17, I was just like, okay, now this is new to me. I got a laptop, better microphone, and a friend of mine lent me his own gaming capture, and that's when I was able to record things how we all see it now. So that's why 2K17 is more like, okay, this is where I'm starting to go up, and I'm not going down. I'm going straight up. Like 2K17 was that time period where things finally changed for the better. And yeah, ever since then, ever since that elimination change, I still question. Out of all the videos I've uploaded, Elimination Chamber 2K18 was the most viewed video for the longest time. Like, it was like 30K views, I think it was. And I'm just like, thank you, but why? I mean, WrestleMania was next. Like,
some
WrestleMania was next.
some people
WrestleMania was
like
the
that
next
elimination
pay-per-view.
chamber concept, my dog.
But Elimination Chamber, people mess with it so much, and I was just like, wow. So and then for a while before 2K22 dropped, um, Elimination Chamber and then WrestleMania 2K18 was like the top two videos I had. I was like, God damn. And then every
Yeah,
time I upload, nothing changed.
I believe for me, I think my 8 hour rumble is still one of the most viewed videos.
Yeah,
For
like
some reason.
it's like this stuff. This time you just gotta sit there and analyze your own work, and it's like, what did I do here that
I mean,
attracted so many people at that time compared to whatever I do now, or maybe like whatever you think of something big now, and then it didn't connect versus something you don't really try as much, and then all of a sudden that shit blows up.
I know it's really funny because I'm looking at my most viewed video. It's
Yeah.
WrestleMania Las Vegas from season 6. Still,
Mm.
it's
And
at almost 4.6K. Still the most viewed video, and I'm just sitting there like, we just released one of the about almost a year ago. We released one of the best pay-per-views I've ever done in SummerSlam, and it's not even in the
oh
top.
yeah,
I'm like, I'm still questioning like what was so special about us going to Las Vegas in a
yeah.
2099 2K20 arena.
Uh,
That entire show was on WWE 2K20, by the way.
man.
Fully produced, fully
Yeah,
edited, 2K20
yeah.
with special guest commentators and everything. I had freaking Project commentating 2K20.
Oh man,
I still can't believe that. I was like, oh my god.
it's so
Project
weird.
started a 2K20 match. I'm like, we've done so much better than that over the next 2 years.
And yet, people. I don't know. Maybe simple, less is more. For
Yeah,
them, I
I mean, I
guess.
guess I learned that. I mean, less is more on these days, especially people's attention spans are so awful now.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I try to like not to keep them too long in some videos, but some videos you got to really go that extra mile to tell the story. So,
Oh yeah.
luckily, are you doing this as paid income or is this just for fun?
At least recently, it started to become paid income. Before I was just doing it for fun, but then I still consider this as a hobby because I have a job in real life, so I don't. It's not like I'm sitting here every day, all day,
Yeah, at least you touch the
editing on
grass.
it. Yeah, I'm outside touching grass and communicating with people, so I haven't lost my sanity yet. But yeah, I used to do this just for fun. I still do. It's just that now that with money involved, it kind of makes me want to either do more of what I usually do. Um, I wanted to do other videos as well, like or other content, but I think I've reached that deep in a hole. Or nothing else I do. People are just gonna leave comments. What is the next SmackDown? What is the next Raw? When is the pay-per-view? Like no matter what I do, I could upload anything else, a discussion video, what I think about someone retiring or whatever. It's just like, so when's the next SmackDown?
I don't know.
When's the next Raw?
When is
It's like,
WrestleMania, Jim?
bro.
Huh?
It's
When is
like,
your WrestleMania? When is your WWE draft show, Jim?
like, bro.
How is SmackDown going to respond to Raw, Jim?
It's like every time. It's like
I get it. I get an email form, and I tell them I said when it comes out.
no.
I put when it comes out. Period.
I just if I want to respond, I would let them know like, hey, it's coming up this week. Don't worry, or I just leave it. I just leave it. Be like,
Yeah. but understand
Figure it out.
and understandably, since this is now becoming paid income, like it's like Murph's, like you got to post that content,
Yeah.
because that's how you make your money. See,
Mhm.
for me, I'm just doing it for fun. I never. Eventually, it will become income, but I mean that's not going to happen anytime soon. I'm still like so too small to even like
Mhm.
see like significant money from it. But that's why I don't really worry about uploading the same content. That's why
Mhm.
I'm sitting here doing this because I think this is fun. I think I like this. This is really interesting
Oh
to
yeah.
me to get to know different content creators, even outside of YouTube, that do that sing, make music, or want to
Mm.
wrestle, actually do professional wrestling. I think that's interesting concepts that you, as my younger audience wants to hopefully learn more about, because they might want to do that themselves when they get to adult age. Because I do have a
Yeah.
younger audience, so they really don't care what I post. They show up whenever they want to anyway. So
Oh yeah. hundred
that's
percent.
that's pretty much it. But like when that money's involved, I understand like sticking to that same content, because if it's bringing views and you getting a check, then
Yeah.
yeah, hell yeah, I'm gonna sit down and record a SmackDown episode over sitting down and recording a podcast that might not get that many views. I
Yeah.
want the money from the SmackDown video.
Because like I feel like for me, it's like I there's so many times I've been contemplating for months. I want to bring back that 70s podcast shtick I used to do. And now that YouTube actually has like a whole podcast, like its own section, I actually want to give that a shot one day. But yeah, it's like I'm at that point where universe mode is my main form of income at this point. As far as like YouTube content goes, everything else, it's like we get a few hundred views, almost 1,000 at times, but most of the time, universe mode within 24 hours, 1K plus. It's like God, it's like it's like wow, it's like universe mode is
Especially
like
those
your
first
drug or
couple months,
something.
dude. Like whenever you first release a universe episode, when a new game come out,
Oh
you
yeah.
be hot,
Oh yeah,
hot,
yeah,
red
yeah.
hot. That's
Like
content creator heaven right there. That
oh
first
yeah.
first 2-3 weeks.
Last year was just the perfect time. I knew I had to. I was like, okay, how am I gonna go about this? I can't do a raw. This year, I had to do a raw because I tried to do something different, but it didn't work out. Just gonna leave it at that so far. But yeah, I I tried. I tried to make sure that okay, when the first video has to be WrestleMania. It can't be anything else because it's the first game in almost 3 years at that point,
Yeah,
and it just had to be. So I'm like, okay, whatever video I want to do or have an idea of, I gotta get that out immediately. So that's why there was a time where I uploaded Monday Nitro edition of Raw, and then I uploaded SmackDown. I think either the same day, if not a day after, because I didn't feel comfortable uploading a video of what it was still like 2K19, well, season 7, right? So I didn't want to upload that right in the week of 2K22 drop because everybody's focused on 2K22. Anything before 2K22, you're not gonna succeed. Like that's just the way it is. If it's not 2K22 in that week of release, even early access or the day it releases, not gonna work. So
nope.
that's why when I see other YouTubers, I saw what Film Production 16 tried it, and I was just like, no, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you could try, you could do it.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, if you're thinking
he tried
successful,
that 2K the 2K
God joint.
19, the modded 2K19,
Yeah,
and I believe he got like 2 episodes and he stopped.
yeah.
Uh,
And like he got a lot going on, at least for what he said, for what he told his viewers.
yeah, he does have a lot going on.
Yeah. So
He's a, I think he has a baby now.
yeah,
He's has a child,
he
so
pops now.
he also is working. He was in the process of moving too.
Oh yeah.
So he had a lot going on, and also he has personal things that he deals with too.
Hmm.
So I understood why he stopped, but
Hmm.
like I see your point. Like if you want to succeed, especially like when that next game comes out, it's kind of hard to still succeed with the other games.
Hmm.
It just depends on your audience, honestly. If I show a 2K19 match, my audience is going to show up.
Mm.
But my audience is different from y'all. I'm
Right.
more geared to young adults,
Mm.
teenagers that have that time. A lot of people have those older crowds where they don't want to see something from last year. They want to see something fresh.
Yeah.
So it just depends on how your audience fluctuates. So have you thought about making? So wait, you said you had two channels at one point. Do you still have two channels or no?
So I tried. So I think from 2020 and 2021. So 2020 when COVID happened, I for some reason I was just like so fascinated on playing old games. Like I wanted to get. I dead ass bought N64. I bought No Mercy for $33. By the way, God bless.
God bless
God
you,
bless.
because oh my god, that game's expensive.
When I bought it from the guy at our local flea market, the man said, "Yo, a guy tried to sell No Mercy. I think for what $800 or so, or maybe near a grand of that." I was like, "Bro, are you kidding me for this?" And then yeah, I was able to get that. I bought World Tour. I tried, and like, I was just fat. Like I bought Super Mario, no Super Smash Brothers, like 99, the first one. I bought like so many Nintendo 64 games. I bought Mario Kart Double Dash and Super Smash Bros. Melee for the GameCube. Like I wanted to play old stuff at the time, and I created a second channel or third. My third, second, and third. Second channel was more like a backup, I guess. At first I wanted to do AEW stuff, but then I was like, no, because I realized I got to do a lot more work. When people don't understand, when I say I got to do a lot more work, what do I mean by that? I mean, at least with the WWE games, the music and certain things are already in the game. I don't have to worry much. I don't have to do
No,
much at all.
no.
With the AEW stuff, I gotta add in the music, the graphics. I gotta do all this extra stuff, and I'm just like, you know what? Nah. It's just no. I'm not wanting to do it. No, no, no. It's too much work.
It makes sense.
Ugh.
The WWE stuff is because it's a geared to it's a WWE game is
Mm.
convenience. It's
Yeah.
very that's all it is. It's just you have that convenience where you don't have to do that much stuff. Now the stuff you're
Mm.
talking about, I still do anyway because
Mm.
I have the certain music is not in the game for me, so I still have to put the music in where I
Yeah.
want it.
I feel like
Unfortunately,
I only do that for certain wrestlers that I'm trying to push, or like if I'm like heavy set on and I plan on featuring a lot and pushing them a lot, then yeah, I'm gonna go all the way with it. Like I did with Keith Lee, I did with Samoa Joe. Like I got rid of their WWE themes and I started using their AEW themes, which they are better anyway. Like,
that is
so
true. They are way better.
oh yeah.
So that makes sense. Like, but like, I mean, think about it. You making your life easier.
Mm-hmm.
Don't we all want an easy life when we do this stuff? So I genuinely do not um
Like,
blame you for
yeah.
anything that you did.
Oh yeah. The third channel, I think I was dabbling into like Nintendo related stuff, so I wanted to do. That's why I uploaded some like, because I have a Switch, and I was thinking maybe I can make some content with this. Let me see what I can do. Uh, but as of late, Nintendo's games are just so lacking. Like Nintendo is just it's so widespread and it's boring to me. I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it until I figure out what I want to do with these channels. I'm gonna just leave them there for now. So, and at least with the second channel now, I'm just starting to do more opinionated videos. Like I uploaded a video recently about that AEW is it's just so bad at booking Jade Cargill right now.
That
That's
is
like,
they are
they're
it
so bad at it.
and I mean it is very true. Like AEW with booking of Jay Cargill has been mid. Like it's been
Yeah.
horrible.
Like
I haven't liked it.
it's so like I haven't enjoyed anything from Jade. I think since the summer
I
when
agree.
she feuded with what Athena, right? After
Athena.
that, it just went down. I'm just like, you have all these talents, yet you don't. I understand you have 3 hours a week, and now apparently AEW Collision's gonna happen on a Saturday.
and they're going to have 5 hour weeks. They're going to have 5 hours of television to fill. So I
Uh,
mean, like, I don't know how Collision's going to work because you're going to be going against WWE premium live events because
that
they're on
that's.
Saturdays.
I mean, the
How
AW. The
and how's that going to work when you got a pay per view for
all
y'all?
right.
Double or nothing. How does that you gonna do? So
Is it?
half the
Is
roster
it?
gonna work Collision, then the other half just gonna pay per view roster. I don't know how
Is
they're gonna do
it?
that.
I think Full Gear is the only pay per view they do on Saturdays,
It
and
might
then
it might have to
All
move
Out, Revolution, Double or Nothing are on Sunday.
Sundays. Yeah, so they're gonna have to probably have to move Full Gear on the Sunday now, so they
Mm,
can if Collision's a thing. We don't know how true that is yet. That's just a
yeah,
rumor going
I
around.
I really hate that they moved to Sundays because I'm like, why? You just gave WWE like the best idea for them to do for their premium live events now. Like for them to have it on a Saturday so we can all relax on the Sunday and then regroup on Monday. AEW had that perfectly, but I guess because of Rampage, maybe that's why they moved to Sunday.
Sunday. So now with Collision, you're gonna have to stay on Sunday now. You can't go back to Saturday.
Oh
Because
man.
I loved how it was on Saturday. It was like, yeah, so I can then Sunday I can just go to church, rest, give me some sleep in, and then get
Mm.
ready for school on Monday morning. Now I had to watch it on Sunday and then get back up and start my week. I'm like, oh, come on, man. And
Uh,
sometimes I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I'll be like, I'm too tired. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm
yeah.
like, look, I'm gonna catch this match, tomorrow when I wake up.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like with so much wrestling content nowadays, Raw Mondays, NXT Tuesday, Dynamite Wednesday, Ring of Honor and Impact Thursday, SmackDown Rampage Friday. I feel like we're at a point now we could access these episodes on our own time now. Like I love that we're at that point because before, if you missed it, you're cooked because the next
Yeah, I
day at
remember,
school.
especially back then, dude. Like,
Yeah.
like when I was growing up, I didn't pay for the pay per views every month.
Mm-mm.
So you see, so you know what I did? That's why I was more excited for Raw and SmackDown
Oh
when
yeah.
I was 10 years old compared
Mm.
to where I am now, because I ain't
Yeah.
watched pay per view. So I would at 7 o'clock hit
Mhm.
around this time here. This is me. I'm the TV's on USA Network. I'm glued in because I want to know
Mhm.
who won.
Oh
Because
yeah.
at that point in time, I didn't have all the technology I had. So I was mostly I played my Xbox, my PlayStation, and I
Yep.
went outside. That
Oh yeah.
was it. That was life, and I went to school. So mine was and then at nighttime, at noontime, I was glued in on TV like Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network. I was Disney Channel to name a few, a couple more things I watched as a kid. I can't
Mhm.
memory I won't think too hard,
Yeah.
but and then Monday was
That's not
rest.
as old as
I
Crash.
watched
Don't
Raw
worry.
on Monday and what was it? uh, and SmackDown on Tuesday when it was on Tuesday or Thursday,
Tuesday,
whatever day
Thursday,
SmackDown was
Friday.
on.
Yeah.
I watched SmackDown, and that was it. That's all I that's all the wrestling I watched every single
Mhm.
week because I didn't catch no pay per views unless my parents or my uncle bought the pay per view for $60. Then we
Oh
sat down and watched it. But I really didn't start watching pay per views consistently until the WWE Network when they had it for $9.99 because that was
yeah.
affordable. I could pay that $10 a month to watch pay per view, but I wasn't paying 60 every month. Sorry,
Mm-mm.
what happened?
Mm-mm. Man, those days were like I'll never forget staying up until at least midnight to find out the results. Hey, did John Cena win? Did John Cena beat Edge? Oh no, Big Show threw him in a freaking in a light thing. Like he just
Yeah, I remember
punched
that.
him off the
I
stage. I
remember
was like,
seeing that.
I thought he
I
died,
went
and then
back
he
and
showed up like a
watched that
zombie.
show on the WWE Network a few years ago.
Mm.
I was like, Bishop really flinged that man in the doggone light. I was like, how in God's name did they get that
that,
live?
that
I thought they
searchlight.
was gonna videotape that or something. That was live. Somebody had a video
Yeah.
of it. He threw him in the
Just
damn
slammed
light.
him in there, and then he showed up the next night. I will never forget that. He just showed up like he was a zombie. I was like, how you moving?
I was that's when I
You were
realized
dead.
I was like, Cena, wait, you got thrown through a light, and this is little kid me, so I
Mm.
wasn't that old yet, but you're still walking. Where's the logic in that? Shouldn't you be in the hospital or something?
Uh, I'm not gonna lie, man. Wrestling as a kid back in the day was just fun. I'm not gonna bullshit with you. I I made a lot of mistakes of like figuring out who was who back then. For
Mm-hmm.
example,
Okay.
I'll never forget. It's Raw after No Way Out. Shane McMahon issued a challenge to Randy Orton. He wanted to box with him at the end of the show. They had a brawl. Orton punched Shane, RKO Stephanie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm like, okay, oh shit, that's crazy. And then someone comes out. I'm like, oh wait, Shawn Michaels. What does he have to do with this storyline? It was Triple H. I deadass looked at him. I looked at him. I'm like, whoa, how did Shawn get so ugly? Ugh.
Wait.
It was
This like 2006?
No, it was 09. 09. It was 09.
Yeah, because
It was
yeah, it was
09.
09 because Shane was in the company at the time.
Because like think about it like this. I only watched. It's funny because like the only clip I've seen of SmackDown, I was flipping through the channel in January of 09, and I just remember seeing a black guy with a U.S. title around his waist with gold hair in the ring, talking about I'm gonna beat Randy Orton, I'm gonna beat Finley in the Royal Rumble,
Oh
and then
my
I just
God.
hearing it was Shelton Benjamin, and then here in the background, you forgot someone. It was the Undertaker. That's the first thing I saw on WWE TV. I didn't know it was a thing, and because I only played the video game. It's funny. By the way,
Okay.
I played a video game before I even knew the show was a thing, and
Wow.
I already knew John Cena was the guy. I loved playing as Cena back in the day. So
wait. So your people just bought you the video games, but they never told you that hey, there's a wrestling show every week that airs.
No. I just seen it. Because like the first game I played was Shut Your Mouth because I remember the glass and like the UI in the game. So I just remember playing that back then, and then play 06, 07, a little bit of 07, but then 08. 08 was a lot for me. 09, then 2010 came around. I think by the time SVR 2010 came around, that's when I was a full-time fan. But January 09 was a trip for me because I first saw Taker chokeslam Shelton on SmackDown, but then I didn't watch anything afterwards. Then it's the Raw after Royal Rumble where Shane McMahon is beating the shit out of Randy Orton. That's when I first saw Raw, and that's when it got me hooked. And then I was flipping through the channels again, and then I see Shane McMahon calling out Randy Orton. That's how I first started officially watching WWE. And then
wow.
And then after, and then then the whole bullshit with oh shit, it's Shawn Michaels. Oh no, it's Triple H. I found out Triple H who he was on SmackDown because after No Way Out, also John Cena was like, yeah, I'm gonna follow you on SmackDown. Then on a Friday night, I'm flipping through the channels. I see everything blue in a wrestling ring, but I see John Cena. I'm like, oh, okay, what's this? Oh, it's SmackDown. That's how I discovered SmackDown. And then that night, Triple H had an interview with JR. Triple H had an interview with JR, and then it showed the nameplate. It said Triple H. I'm like, oh, that's the guy on Monday.
Wow. So I guess we got your origin story right. I don't gotta ask you that question. You just told it. So 2009 when you started watching wrestling actually.
It's a funny origin story because I just like, how did I get those big? I mean, fair enough. I only see Shawn at this point getting badly treated by JBL. I only see Shawn Michaels at this point. Never knew SmackDown was a thing. Never knew Triple H was a thing. None of that. And then when I see Triple H the first time, I'm like, that's not Shawn, but he's ugly looking. And then and that's how it got me hooked. And there was another time I mistake people. I don't know how, but I mistake Randy Orton, Batista, and The Rock all at the same time. I thought one was the other, and the other was the other. Oh my god! I don't know how I mixed that up. They all had short hair, or like they're all bald at that point. They all had tattoos at that point, but somehow I mistake Rock, Orton, and Batista. Oh, can I also mention that I thought Triple H was black?
my God, Jim.
Bro,
How?
these guys
How?
were
How?
dead.
How
These
does that make sense? Like
Orton,
you
Orton was
played the games. You played
Orton.
the damn games. He came out. It's all
It
about the
didn't
game.
correlate. That's the thing. It didn't correlate. I didn't
Oh
think
my God,
real life
man.
show from the video games.
You
So when
thought so you thought the character models was made up? Like it wasn't based on the real
yeah,
people?
I didn't take in these niggas was real. I didn't take in these people were real. When I when I saw Randy Orton, I'm like, yo, why does he look like the whitest black dude I've ever seen? Because he was extremely tan. Like he was tan to a point I'm thinking, yeah, he black. He gotta be black. He gotta be black. He can't be. He can't be anything else but black. And then Triple H, I'm like, how did he get his hair like that? I mean, he's black, right? Oh, oh man, oh Lord, those few months was like the funniest time.
That was genuinely the funniest thing I've
That
heard.
was. Hey
Man,
man,
say,
I thought I
somebody's gonna clip
wrestling.
that in the Coletrain fans, and somebody is gonna say, "I didn't correlate that Triple H wasn't black."
Hey,
Oh my God!
I was a young buck, dog. I didn't know shit.
Look,
I would have
shoot,
never
at least
thought
I
these
I
people were
have it
real.
that bad, but damn, I knew who Triple H was. I at least knew he wasn't black. Like black, what? And
Again, this is
and
my
you
first
mistake
time
Shawn
seeing.
Michaels for Triple H. Well, what?
Yeah, they all had what? They had facial hair. They had long hair. I think in a ponytail too.
This is 2009. Michaels had the ponytail. He came out to Sexy Boy. I mean, come on, man. How you didn't know? See, you
Dude,
didn't hear. I
I
think I'm
told you.
cute. I know I'm sexy. If you
I
don't hear that, that's not Shawn Michaels.
everything was noise. I didn't know what was going on. It's just like everything was just noise. I didn't know what was going on.
Oh
I'm just
my
watching. I'm like, okay, oh, okay. Like they get ready to fight and whatnot. But yeah, Jesus, that oh,
Oh
those few
man.
months were jokes to like just to think about back in the day. Like no, that was jokes because even
Oh.
I thought WrestleMania because the way how they build it up. Oh yeah, WrestleMania, the biggest show of all time or whatever. I thought once WrestleMania hit, it's over. I thought it was done, but then I found out, nah, we keep going. They keep going, and thank God for that. So whenever people are
Yeah,
looking at
yeah, yeah,
me,
yeah. WWE's not like the NBA and
mm,
the NFL where they stop after their WrestleMania.
yeah, I thought
They keep going and
I
they just
thought
don't
it
stop.
was. I thought I was just like, oh damn, like, oh, like when did they get a show? Because I got used to it. I remember watching Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, Hannah Montana, all these shows on well, we call it, Family Channel over here, and they would play
The
Disney.
Disney Channel, because yeah.
Yeah, like
By the way, guys,
Disney Channel.
Jim is Canadian, so that's why
Yeah,
he said Family Channel. Don't attack him in the chat now.
yeah.
Family
Family
Channel.
Channel was like Canada's Disney Channel, but I think either worse or better. I think worse, but either way. Um,
I'm
yeah,
not really too sure if it was worse or better.
yeah, but yeah, back in the day, man, it was that's just how it was for me. Every time a show come out or a new season come out, it's like there was like a time limit of like how many shows there was gonna be before it plays reruns of episodes I've already seen. So when wrestling was like, nah, bro, we like this every week, we different every week. That's what gravitated towards because I got tired of having like, okay, yeah, I've already seen this episode. Yeah, funny, cool. But yeah, with wrestling, it's new, fresh every week. And people will still ask me to this day, why do you still watch? It's because of that reason. I don't have to worry about, oh, damn, it's like 10 episodes this season. Okay, I gotta wait a few years for them to film and then put it together and then release again. I don't have to worry about that. It's live every week.
Yeah,
So
that's the luxury of wrestling. But I mean, TV shows are still great sometimes, depending
yeah,
on the TV
yeah.
show and genre, whatever you like. But
I guess I just didn't have I just guess I didn't have the patience. And the one thing I regret to this day is when Monday Night Raw finally announced, "Hey, 2012, we're gonna go 3 hours." I'm like, "Yeah, 3 hours! CM Punk and Cena and all these guys on 3 hour Raw. Let's get it!" And then as time went on, time goes on, I'm just like, "Yeah, these 3 hours are fucking long."
that was me, man. I didn't have the patience
Mm-mm.
really to sit there and like, you know, still to this day taking those 3 hours. Like at first I was excited, but as I got to my middle school age and my high school age, I'm
Mm.
like, bro, I can't do this anymore. I can't sit here for until almost 10 my time sitting there
Oh
watching
yeah,
wrestling. I can't.
Jesus.
So probably my routine, and still to this day, ever
Mm.
since 2016, I've sit there. The only time I fully watch a 3 hour show, 3 hour Raw, is when they have a special or something like a Raw 30 or a draft or
Mm.
something. That's the only time I
Right.
usually sit there and be like, I'm going to watch the entire 3 hours. My routine is this these days. I sit there, Raw comes on at 7 my time.
Mm.
I'm in the bed by 9:30. 9 o'clock,
That's the way to
9:30.
do it.
I'm in the bed or I'm doing homework. I turn it off. I don't sit there and watch the entire 3 hours.
Oh yeah,
I don't.
yeah.
I need
The
more
way
homework.
how I go about it now is, I'm not gonna lie, I've recently enjoyed usage of cannabis, to say the least.
Mm.
And I'm not gonna lie, it helps me get through these shows. It really does. Because before I used to watch and then I would tune out. Like, I think after like what the first hour, then I start to tune out a bit. And it's like, okay, what do you got for me this week? Okay, some matches, okay, whatever. Then this is why I like promo segments a lot, because they could do so much by just saying words, not really fighting. They could do so much by saying words to where, okay, it can at least have me till the end of the night, rather than, yeah, we're just gonna have this match. Okay, cool, nice.
Awesome. Because
Yeah.
sometimes, especially with WWE, they don't understand the art of storytelling sometimes.
Oh yeah.
So their matches lead to nothing.
Oh yeah.
It just happens. It's there.
And then recently, when they had the wild card rule, and then so many rematches, and like I was close of like, I'm done. I can't do this shit anymore. And then every time I'm about to step away, they do something different, and it's like, okay, now you got me again. Every time it's like Raw 2019. I'm like, okay, cool. We got Seth as a champ, Kofi's a champ. Okay, wild card rule. This is dumb. And then 2 out of 3 falls matches almost every week in 2019. Like, jeez, calm down, calm down.
Stop.
Like,
Stop it. I am serious. Stop it, guys.
and it really shows how people on Twitter ain't shit because every time they're like, yeah, Vince McMahon's the devil. He sucks. And then when he comes out, I guarantee you those people that be booing, that be saying so much crap on Twitter, when they go to the shows and he shows up, they're the same ones that are bowing and
Come
singing his
on.
theme
Even the
song.
people, even the people that like that pay front row, they be bashing them on Twitter. But as soon as Vince come out,
Yeah, it's like, yeah, no chance, no chance.
chance in hell, no chance.
It's like, wow.
Oh wow! But y'all hate Vince McMahon so much, but y'all can't keep that same energy. 'Cause let me tell you something. In 2018, if Vince McMahon would have came out at WrestleMania 34, I wouldn't have been bowing down.
What?
I would have had a middle finger. Yes, I have a chance in hell. I don't want to see you. That's my chance in hell.
God, but I won't lie, man. In 20, I think, I'm not gonna lie. So from 2016 to 2021, I was on this phase on the internet where anything the internet says goes. If something sucks, it sucks. If it's good, it's good. So I went through that phase for a time, and then I was also watching, as we like to call him, Jerry. I watched him a lot, and by
Such a great character.
2021, I started to like things that he didn't like, and I'm just like, you know what? I don't think I can watch this stuff anymore. I think I'm done. I think I'm done with all, because it's the same shit. Yeah, I was like, how do you bitch and moan about something that you're watching weekly? And I'm watching you bitch and moan about this shit weekly, and I got tired of it, so I just stopped. So that's why now I'm way different than how I was 5 years ago. Because
Yeah,
how I
yeah.
am now is way
And,
better.
and let me tell you something. I used to watch JD from New York too. I don't watch him anymore, but I was a massive JD from New York fan. I used to watch a lot of his stuff, but
Yeah.
as he started getting into arguments with wrestlers and wrestlers starting to come out about not liking him and don't want to be bothered with him,
I was like, damn.
I've just kept my distance from him,
Now,
honestly.
yeah, by the time he had that Alexa Bliss hate in 2018, I think it was, I was just sitting there like,
Yeah, I'm not
I'm
doing.
watching.
I'm
I'm not defending. I'm just watching.
I'm not defending anything, and I don't defend him. I've never defended him on Twitter because
Mm.
if you defend him on Twitter, most of the community will hate you.
Oh, like I probably said like, oh, that's just how he is or whatever. But like, I mean, I don't agree with what he's saying, but that's just how he is. Right? Like, that's the most I can do. Like, at that point, I'm just like he says some outlandish shit, but it's like, you know, that's just how he is. But then over time, and then now things are caught up with him again, and
What's going on with him now? I don't really know what's going on with him. I haven't paid attention to him in a
I don't
while.
know. He made a comment. I'll never forget. I felt like it's not worth when he the whole thing with Jade. I think it was recently
Oh, I remember
that
that.
joint. I was just like,
Yeah,
bro, you should
yeah,
have.
yeah. I was like, why?
But you got, and he's like, yeah, I was the one that went on the interviews at the media scrum, and I put you over. I'm just like, bro, who is you? Like, who
Okay,
is you?
okay, good. You put her over, but
You still
nobody knows
talking
who you
shit?
are.
Like,
You're not
like,
Chris. You're not Chris Van Vliet. Who are
like,
you?
bro,
Come on, man.
like he's doing way too much. I'm just like, I don't understand how you could watch wrestling and be like, yeah, I love it, but yet you bitch about it so much. And it's like, I understand if that's your way of making content, making cash, sure, but jeez, man, there's got to be a level to this. There's got to be like a point where you just like you're exhausted. And then 2021, that's when I got exhausted. I was like, yeah, I'm done. I can't watch this dude anymore. And every time I even think about, let me see what his video looks like now. I don't like his green screen. He looks kind of pathetic with the green screen. I'm not gonna
He
lie.
looks ridiculous. He calls it the venue now. It's the off the script venue. Like you're coming to a bar to watch him discuss wrestling weekly.
I'm just like, you ain't like. I'm just looking at him like, talk about green screen, a bar, really?
A bar,
And
a bar,
he
my dude.
looks so lonely. Like it hurts visually. It hurts to look at. Like you look so lonely, man. God.
He looks so lonely. He looks exhausted. He looks
Yeah.
tired. You can you can at one point. I ain't gonna lie. You couldn't tell he was doing it for a check.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't tell because the effort he was putting into his videos, but now he's not even editing them anymore. Like he's just straight up going live
Yeah.
every single video. There's no edited videos anymore for JD. It's straight up live streams,
Oh no.
and you can
Those
tell the
might.
effort's not there anymore. He's
Mm-hmm.
not smiling as much as he used to. There's no more like big memes of him, funny memes coming out
Yeah.
anymore.
He's bitter. He's not. It's all for
He's
the check.
bitter.
He's bitter. It's all for the
Like
check.
he's
He's
going through a
tired.
midlife crisis or something.
Yeah, that's why that luckily I was able to find people like Public Enemy podcasts. Those guys are jokes, bro. Those guys are jokes.
I love them. They're great. I love Salamas. Still great too. He's
Mhm.
still a great person. I watch him sometimes.
I tried watching Joe Cronin for a bit, but I just like
And
I
I've been
didn't vibe
stopped.
with it.
And whenever Joe Corrin and JD started beefing, I stopped watching him.
Hmm.
I mean, he ain't the same. Now he's talking about politics. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that on my wrestling show. I don't care. So when he started talking about politics, I cut him
Yeah.
off. I'm like, no, I'm good.
Not worth it. Not
I deal with that enough on Twitter. I don't need that coming here.
yeah,
In
not
my
worth it.
wrestling. Sorry.
Definitely not worth it.
Yeah, no,
But
no. So,
but yeah, guys like the Public Enemy podcast.
just Alex, the Lexman. He used to be the Lexman. I still watch him too. He's cool.
I mean, yeah, I feel like he has opinion. Yeah, he's I don't forget the videos he made where he had the representative, the WWE representative guy, and then he has
those were great.
band.
I
Those
missed
were
those.
funny.
I miss those. Like we're begging him to try to do another one, but like now he's all about his pocketbook now too. So
Yeah,
he ain't the same, because you know how it is, man. Money changes people, and I tell people that whenever you small like that and you're not making that money, when that money comes, that's all you want. So you're gonna stick to the same crap that's working, unfortunately. So your content not gonna be the same.
Luckily that changed for me because that's different for me because it's funny. It's like I made money, but I couldn't access it until 2 years ago because I messed up the Google AdSense so much. But when I finally got it to work, I was able to get the money backed up for all these years, and I was able to get that. So thankfully that didn't change me at all of when uploading content and then getting money for it. It's like I want to. I don't know how it would look like if I allowed that to get in the way.
I always said whenever I do start making money from this, I'm not going to change. Money's not going to change the way I am because I'm still going to act the same way even when getting a check from YouTube. I'm still going to be the same funny person, still going to make the same content. It's just being paid from it now. Okay, cool. It's not my job.
Yeah, that's the best thing. You don't make it your job because when you make it your job, that's when it sucks. Because that's when you gotta think very heavily about, okay, what do I gotta do to maybe get a pop of viewership to where watch time is more, and then I can get money for it and stuff like that. Like you're starting to get more technical with it rather than you just kick back and enjoy and have fun.
Right, and that's the thing I don't want it to become is a job. I don't want to sit here and be like, okay, I have to make this amount of money to pay my bills. That's scary to me, especially an internet job. That's really scary to me because the internet, the internet can literally go out at any moment. What are these people gonna do? What are they gonna do with their lives if we don't have any internet?
Bro, that's why I'm worried about a solar flare one day. I'm worried about that because once that happens,
and
some people might think it's a positive if the internet went down. I'm just like, no, that's not really a positive.
You gotta imagine there's so many content creators these days on different things. Fans, Finder people, YouTubers, people that make money off of Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat
Everywhere.
Premium. People, you can make money off the internet, Facebook Marketplace, Facebook business ads. You can make money off of anything now. So if the internet goes down, those people that do that as a full-time job, and the internet stays down for, let's say 4 weeks, they're gonna be broke.
Bro.
They're gonna be broke. They're gonna lose everything. They won't be able to pay for their cars. They won't be able to buy food. They won't be able to have a living.
They have to do it the old-fashioned way.
You're going to do it the old-fashioned. You got to go to work.
Oh yeah, work.
That's when the influx of McDonald's and Burger King jobs are really gonna happen if the internet goes down. So these people don't have a backup plan. They don't have. Most people don't have college degrees. They can't say, "Oh, I have something to fall back on." They don't. They're screwed. That's why I push for content creators. No matter how much you're making, you need to have a plan B.
Oh yeah,
because the internet, they can make laws about the internet to change the internet like that.
Yeah.
Look at YouTube right now. YouTube in 2016 was way different than what it was, and now in 2023.
Depending on the content. Yeah, depending on the content you were watching back then, it was just like it felt like the Wild Wild West back then. People would just be
Oh
uploading the
my
most
god. I
outlandish
actually watched a
stuff.
documentary on that with prank channels, reaction channels, the fall of them, um, the rise of like the World Star hip hop questions, people asking people questions
Yeah.
on the streets. That was a big trend back then. That's not
Right.
trending no more. Because a post COVID world. I
Mm-hmm.
said the word. Never mind. Well,
Yeah.
well, whatever. Screw it. A post COVID world, people ain't the same like that. They don't want to go in your face and talk no more.
Mm-hmm. So, distance.
Distance. Hey, hold on.
Every time.
I'll
Every
fist bump
time.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Fist bump, elbow, all that
elbow,
jazz.
elbow. I ain't doing all that no more. The things ain't the same no more. So that's just one example of like having an internet job and your things just crumble. I heard a lot of stories when the apocalypse. People lost cars. Some people had to move out their house. They
Oh
couldn't
yeah.
they couldn't afford it no more because they wasn't making enough money from YouTube.
And at that
And I
point,
heard a lot of YouTubers they rent. They don't even own anything.
oh
They
yeah.
rent their cars. They rent their apartments and
Mm-hmm.
houses. They even rent houses too. Like those YouTubers with those mansions and stuff. That's not their name. They rent that.
Oh yeah.
They only paying uh um
Like
what,
certain amount.
a
Like
certain amount every month to live there. And I was like, that's interesting because you flexing all on social media thinking you all that, but
mm-mm.
that's not even in your name. So if something happened, you can't say that's for me.
Yeah, 100%. I remember watching the likes of Rice Gump. I remember when he was blowing up at that point. I was like, oh man, now he's in a mansion. He used to be just in a room at his parents' house. Now he's in a mansion and all that. And I'm just like,
No.
damn, that's crazy. But as
Those
time went on, I realized, yeah, all this stuff he been doing, bullshit.
look, the YouTuber houses where all the YouTubers living under
Oh,
one roof. I'm like, y'all don't own that crap. Get out of here with that. Multiple YouTubers living. I can't imagine doing that. I can't.
yeah, that's too many different lifestyles all in one spot.
Different types of people that make content. Different people that make content at different times of the day. Like I don't know how they managed to do that. And people did that for years under
Yeah.
one roof. Like there's no quiet time. Like with us YouTubers, we like to be loud and obnoxious.
Mm.
Imagine having a multiple sets of personalities like you and me under one roof. Like you'll never have any peace.
God, that's carnage, man. That's carnage. I wouldn't be able to live like that. Holy crap! Just imagine, it's like I'm just chilling, and I'm just hearing in the background commentary going on. I'm just like, oh, okay, I guess
We
he's
are
recording.
live and sold out from Seattle, Washington. What? No, I'm trying to take a nap. Oh, here comes John Cena. I'm like,
Yeah,
Cena can shut his tail up until I take my nap. Damn it.
like that. That was like,
And
that would
that's
be
why I let
crazy.
my roommate know, like whenever, because I know he's not a YouTuber.
Mm.
My college roommate, he's not a YouTuber.
Yeah.
I let him know when I'm recording or when I'm about to do commentary. That's just you gotta set those boundaries, and he
Yeah.
knows. He's barely here anyway. But whenever he's here, I try to not to record because I
Mm.
know that when you're in college, your dorm is your peace. This is
Oh yeah.
like the most sanity that you have on a college campus when you live on campus. So
Mhm.
I try to respect that as much as possible whenever I'm doing my YouTube stuff. But my roommate understands, but there's some people in this world that do not understand that. And imagine, I just couldn't imagine living with different sets of YouTube. Like imagine living with people that do pranks. You might
Oh,
be in
I
their
would
video to
hate. Ooh, I would
getting pranked.
hate them. I would hate them.
They
I
pranking you
don't like pranks.
24/7. I don't know.
I'm not a prankster. I'm not a prankster. If you prank me, I'm gonna hurt you. I
Yeah,
don't like
me
pranks,
neither.
bro.
That's
Oh,
why I couldn't
no.
live with no prank channel. You're not
Yeah.
pranking me. I'm thinking I'm going to take a shower. You putting flour in my hair. The hell wrong with you? We
Like,
fighting at that point. No,
I
couldn't
wouldn't
do
be
it.
able to, dog. I wouldn't be able to. Just thinking about it's gonna cheese me. It's gonna annoy the hell out of me. It's like I can't. It's like
The most I
the
ever
things that
do
they
is
do.
a vacation with YouTubers because I
Mm.
know I'll go back to my damn house,
Mm-hmm.
but I would never. I'm not doing a YouTube house.
Mm-mm.
I refuse.
I can't,
I
bro.
can't. I can't do it. I can't do it unless I really, 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 and I mean really, 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 really like you,
Yeah.
and I tolerate you. But
Oh yeah.
that's years of a relationship, for living with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Because living with somebody is different.
Yeah.
That's different than saying I'm going to meet up with you and make a video. You seen that person every day and every night. Like that's tough. Really,
Yeah.
a really, really tough thing. I still to this day I don't know how they did it. But before we get into the rapid fire, because I
Mm-hmm.
know we're almost past our time here.
Yeah.
One more thing, you're a massive anime fan, I'm told, right?
Uh, Now I'm very limited on my anime. I've only seen. Let's see. So Dragon Ball's the main one. So I'm a big Dragon Ball guy. But like anything outside of Dragon, I try watching Naruto, and I can't get past episode
Can't do
12. I can't do it.
it.
It bored the shit out of me. I can't do it. I couldn't. I'm like, okay. I'm trying my hardest. Episode 12, I'm like, no, I tap out. I'm done. Death
I love
Note.
now. See Naruto. I
Mm,
got into it. I just haven't had time to look at it. I'm probably gonna look more into it in the summer.
yeah.
It's not for everybody. I'll tell you that. But Dragon Ball, you are a big fan of Dragon Ball. What did
Oh
you think of
Lord.
Dragon Ball Super? Have you finished the entire
Yeah,
series?
yeah. I think I watched it twice. I let's see. I'm a big Goku guy. Not gonna
Me
lie.
too. Goku and
And
Vegeta are my favorite characters of
yeah,
all time.
and like I love transformations. I
Okay.
do. So when they came out with Super Saiyan God, I'm like, oh, okay, this is cool. And then they did nothing with it.
It
And
was
then Super Saiyan Blue came out.
the Super Saiyan 3 of Dragon Ball Super. That's what Super
Yeah,
Saiyan God was.
like I was just like, okay, what is like when I first saw it without any context, I'm like, what is the power up KO Ken? What is this? What is this? He's like it's just normal hair and red. I'm like, okay, so it's KO Ken but powered up. Oh no, it's Super Saiyan God. Okay. And then Super Saiyan Blue happened. I was just like, his hair's blue now? What is this? What are we
Yeah,
doing here?
yeah. He's
And
like
then
a blueberry popsicle.
I just watch it. Like, you're not wrong. And now they
Oh
came up with
man.
Ultra Instinct and all this. Like Super, to me, the storyline. Like I love I think the Goku Black Saga. I like that one. The Beerus one is pretty much a take of from the movie they did. So pretty much my main two would be the Goku Black joint, Samazu and all that, and then also the tournament at the end. But Super as a whole, it's like you gotta be in a special mood to watch that. You can't just be like you could easily put on a Dragon Ball Z video or clip and you'd be like hooked already. Versus Super, you gotta have to like get into it a bit. But I'd say it's fine. It's not not my favorite. Dragon Ball Z is the one. I would say number two would be Dragon Ball, and then
Absolutely.
I like GT. Not gonna lie.
I didn't mind GT. I know a lot of people don't like GT because
Yeah.
it's not canon or whatever. You know
So
that
hey,
canon
it
debate.
happened. I
But
don't care.
I never cared about canonicity anyway, so
Yeah.
I didn't give two craps if it was canon or not. But I like GT. Dragon Ball Z is always will hold a special place in my heart because of how it was shown to me and who it
And
was
the video
shown to
games
me
were
by.
so good. The video games were so
And then
good.
the video games, Budokai Tenkaichi 3, Budokai 3.
Oh
Um,
man.
Unpopular opinion, I like the Rage and Blast games. I thought both of them was great.
Right?
To me. Um,
Yeah, Rachel Blast was good. It was good for what it was.
Xenoverse 2 is better than 1, but
Yeah.
both Xenoverse games was great.
But they kept Xenoverse 2 for so god damn long.
We're finally getting a new game. Kakarot was good. I ain't go. I still haven't finished Kakarot, but because I don't. The thing I don't like about Kakarot is it's just too much thriller. Like
Oh yeah, yeah. With
and like
Kakarot,
I get tired of I get tired of hitting these robots trying to get to my destination. Like let me complete my objective. Like that's the most annoying part about Kakarot.
yeah.
But overall, Kakarot's gameplay is fun. Kakarot is a fun game.
I think it was the first Dragon Ball game for me that like got me back into DBZ gaming at least because like I was out of the loop. Like I played Xenoverse 1, I only played the story and then I stopped. Then I played Xenoverse 2. I found like a bit confusing story mode wise. So I was just
Yeah,
like, you know
it's
what?
the ending is to this day is still
Yeah,
okay. Why?
yeah.
Why are we doing this?
So like, I don't know. I guess I was just still hooked up on the past games where they would actually put in effort. At least with like the first Budokai game, they had like to me that's like cutscene wise probably the best one.
That's the still one of the best
Yeah,
Dragon Ball Z cutscene. Like that,
and then
it's still one of the best ones that told the story. It's like you were actually sitting there watching the TV show
yes,
when the cutscenes were playing. Like they had the last time on Dragon Ball Z person in the
yeah.
damn game. I'm like, am I sitting here watching the damn TV show or I'm playing the game?
When they
And
had
they like how they loaded up the still to this day that cutscene with
right,
Cell and the Kamehameha wave is like it's just super beautiful. Like still one of
look,
the best things I've seen from a game. But yeah, go
and
ahead on
then
about Kakarot.
and then like gameplay wise for Budokai 3 was the best one, and then
Mm-hmm.
The Tenkaichi series they took it a step further. They made it more 3D like, and Tenkaichi 2 was like, okay, this is I like I thought I enjoyed Tenkaichi 2 more, but then when I played Tenkaichi 3 again recently, I was just like, yeah, Tenkaichi, I see why Tenkaichi 3 is the GOAT.
It's
I can see
still
why.
one of the best Dragon Ball Z games ever made. One of the deepest Dragon Ball Z
Oh, yeah.
rosters in a game. No game has come close.
What, like 161 characters?
161
Jeez.
characters from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball GT. There
Yeah.
was like 5 different Gokus in that game. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, it was like early Goku, mid Goku,
Goku
and
and
Goku.
Goku, GT Goku, and
Kid Goku.
Kid Goku from Dragon
Yeah.
Ball. Yep.
It was so good. And then I recently discovered the mod for like when they added the super stuff. I discovered it and I was able to figure out how to get that working and
Oh yeah. So you
I
own
enjoyed
so
that.
you still own Budokai Tenkaichi 3? What do you own on the Wii or the PS2?
I PS2.
Okay.
I did play on the Wii one time and it did it, like I don't
It's
know
not
what happened. Like I don't know, a
not
friend of
gonna lie, it
mine.
ain't the same on the Wii. I'll tell
Oh
you
yeah. Oh yeah.
that.
Friend of mine had it and we're playing it and I was standing way too close and I think he was doing something and then like the Wii with
Yeah, well,
the strap
I know what you're talking
that
about. I
shit
hit so many people back then. Oh my god.
that shit hit me in the face so hard they created a Nike symbol on my cheek, dog.
Woo, woo. Just do it.
Yo,
Oh man.
but yeah,
Oh
but
man.
I'm glad we're getting a new fucking game. I'm waiting to see also TV wise because like they already made the manga, so I guess when they made the manga, that's when they're gonna make the show. I guess at least that's what.
Reportedly, Dragon Ball Super Season 2 is supposed to come out are supposed to be starting to come out next year. There's been a lot of reports that say DBZ's back in 2024. Now I don't know. I don't know when the next Tenkaichi game's coming out. They just announced it.
I'm gonna give that at least either next year when the show drops. It'll be like a good time advertisement wise. If they're smart about it, they would do it next year. If not, I don't give a damn. Take all the time you need. I don't want a 50% game. I need 100.
I want 100% game, and I want this to be the deepest Dragon Ball Z game ever. I want this to have Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT and Dragon Ball Super characters in there.
Yes.
Give me over 200 characters this time. You have the power of next generation. If you got 161 characters in a game that came out in 2007 on the PlayStation 2, I expect about 200. With a modern PlayStation 5 or Xbox, whatever. How many Xboxes they got? I don't even know. I mean, X, yes, whatever one it is. We
Yeah.
you should fit 200 characters on there.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
But I can see them greedy bastards. DLC anyone? I already
DLC
see
pack.
it. I already see it.
Do you
I already
do
see
you want
it.
more after Dragon Ball Z? Well, here's the Dragon Ball Super Character Pack 1, available for $25.99.
And we just get what the superhero characters
Superhero
of the
characters
movie.
1
What
and
was it?
2.
The Hero
You can
1,
get
Hero 2.
Hero 1, Hero 2. You can get adult Gohan. I mean, wait, no, adult Goten and Trunks. Here is Gotenks.
Yeah, Jesus.
Super Gotenks adult version.
When I saw superhero, I was like, where is this going? I'm like, oh, they brought back the androids. Okay.
Is Cell
And
coming
then
back?
and then Cell came back. I was just like, okay. And then
Okay,
they
so
had
I guess
Cell Max, which was Cell's second form, but just bigger and uglier looking. I'm just like, this is
yeah.
odd.
So they made a Gohan movie with bringing back Cell, and Piccolo's now stronger, so he actually was able to fight Cell this time.
They just recreated what they did the first time. It's just
There's no Goku.
Yeah, that was
There's no
waiting for
Goku, and Vegeta's not raging at him because Trunks didn't get blasted.
I was just like, so they just training with Whis and Beerus this whole time, and they nothing. Nobody told them, hey.
So I was like, so you're telling me that this could have happened in Resurrection F? Because think about it, they were training with Whis and Beerus in that movie too.
Oh yeah,
but they got called in that movie. So now in this movie, they're not even gonna get called.
They said Frieza's the threat, but yet the androids.
But the androids are stronger than okay. We're bringing too much logic into this show. You know how this anime is. Logic sometimes is thrown out the window just for fun.
Yeah, and it's great that I'm seeing a lot. I mean, I was a big Dragon Ball fan back then, still am now. Just then wrestling came into my life, so I low-key kind of went away from Dragon Ball for a bit. Then I went back into Dragon Ball years later. And to see everybody, especially like guys like RDC World, freaking making anime content like that, introducing me to other stuff anime wise. Like I finally watched Death Note. I mean, I lasted 24 episodes, but I got to a point where I think it was, who was it, L? When L died, I was like, yeah, okay. I think that's my peak. I'm done. But yeah, Death Note, good option to choose because I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I could get rid of somebody just by writing the name on a notebook. That's crazy. But yeah, Dragon Ball will always be the main source of anime.
Absolutely. It's still, I don't care what anybody says, it's still my favorite. Always will be one of the GOATs, no matter how old it gets. But now that's all I pretty much have for you. Interview wise, that's the thing I wanted to ask you about your YouTube journey, pro wrestling, anime. That's the big thing, because I know that's the biggest things that you have a big interest in, from according to your tweets. I know you're a big gamer too, but
yeah. Oh yeah, you know that Jam for New York. That's a classic right there.
Yeah. Oh man, shout out to my man J&W. As soon as he hear that in this pocket, he's gonna be like, "Yep, he gets it."
Yep.
Have you played have you? Are you a big fan of Mortal Kombat too?
I fancy it. I've played a few of the games. I really liked MK10. I used to have MK9 on the PS3. And yeah, I haven't seen the movie that dropped, I think last year or 2 years ago, I think. I haven't seen that yet. But Mortal Kombat, it's like, again, one of those things I gotta be in the mood for, right? But
yeah.
It's not like my main thing, but it's like when it comes to like fighting between Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat's more my alley, I would say.
Yeah. I'll take it. All right, time for the rapid fire real quick. If you haven't paid attention to the previous interview, so I'm going to ask you as many questions as possible in 2 minutes time. So I'm going to set a timer for 2 minutes.
Yep.
And you can give me one word answers, or you can go in detail as much as you want to. But it's much preferred to get one word answer. You can answer multiple questions. So
Yep.
far in the rapid fire,
Mhm.
Super Kid Gaming has answered the most questions at 15. So we'll see if you can
Mm.
we'll see if you can answer 15 questions
Oh,
or more in 2 minutes time. So
okay. All right, let's see how this plays.
all right. Let's set my timer now real quick. People love this section of the podcast. They think it's the funniest.
Oh.
Because of the answers that we get. Unfiltered. I don't care what you say. Whatever comes in your mind, say it.
Gotcha.
That what makes it funny.
Okay, let's get
All
it.
right. My timer is set. All right, here we go. How long does it take you to get ready in the morning?
An hour.
At what age do you want to retire?
65.
If this is the end, how would your last ever YouTube video look?
Going out in a blaze of glory.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how good are you at keeping secrets from people?
9.
Who was your first celebrity crush?
Celebrity crush? Oh, shit. uh, screw it, just like everybody else. Rihanna. Rihanna, pawn the replay went crazy.
Hey, you right. If you can travel back in time to see any period of the world, what would it be?
Probably a century ago, like around like 1920s. I want to see like how mans were able to move around and their automobiles and whatnot. Everything looks so weird back then. So I want to see how it was, especially how it was for brothers like us,
All right. Okay, I see you. Who has it easier in life, in your opinion, men or women?
Oh shit, women, to be honest, because I mean, hey, all they gotta do is post some pics online, and then they're making bank. Or all they gotta do is look pretty, and they can get on a yacht. So,
In
that's one
high
example.
school, were you popular or a loner?
I don't think so, but based on what happened, popular.
How often do you cry?
Rarely. Like, I think the last time I cried was 2019.
Wow.
Like, sobbing. Yeah.
How many hours of sleep do you need at night?
Minimum 4.5, maximum 7.
All right, final question with like 20 seconds left. How many kids would you like to have?
2. 1 girl, 1 boy.
You got about like 7 or 8.
Damn it!
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Son of a.
Because you did think about a couple of them. That's why.
Yeah.
But you did get some good answers though.
Mm.
All right, Mr. Jim, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you for taking the time to come here on the interviews. It was a fun time. I laughed a lot. This went very well. We had fun. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me. The second you mentioned it on Twitter, I don't know, I just jumped. I was like, I want to branch out and do some stuff with people, and this is something in my alley that I wanted to do. Like I would love to be a part of a podcast or just talk wrestling, shit like that. Whether it's you, Gresh, like guys like that, even Public Enemy a podcast. Like I would
That's
love.
my dream.
I would love to talk with those guys. Those guys are just fucking jokes. I would love to be a part of that.
It's a joke every time, and that's an environment I like because I don't like you sitting here like
yelling,
Roman Reigns and why you messed him up, man. Cody should have won, and I can't stand you. Although I'll be watching Monday Night Raw because I need my paycheck. Yeah,
like,
I hate this company, but I gotta watch because it's my job. Yeah, y'all don't have the luxury of watching wrestling for your job. That's how they be. It's
Oh yeah.
so miserable. That's that.
I don't understand how they I don't know why
I'm too old
they
for that now,
chose that.
man.
Yeah, like I can't go like that anymore because it's exhausting and I feel like at that point there's gonna be a point where I'm gonna feel like I'm faking it and it's like no I can't.
And that's something I don't ever want to feel like faking anything on in general. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that this was a chill vibe. We had fun. We laughed. We learned
Mhm.
some interesting things that you thought Triple H was black. Still haven't gotten over that one.
I feel like
You thought Shawn
honest to
Michaels was
God,
Triple H.
honest to God, people are
That's
not gonna let that go.
I am not gonna let that go. I'm gonna quote that at the end of the year and be like, you know the wildest thing I heard in 2023? Boy123Jim said Triple H, he thought Triple H was black in 2009. Yep.
Get
He
over it,
thought
man.
he thought he had a little bit of melanin in him. Oh
Oh
man.
yeah. Oh
But thank
yeah.
you,
But yeah,
man.
hopefully this opens more for I hope others see this so maybe it'll just branch out a bit. Maybe I
Please.
could interview them, you or I could just join back on this one with you or join someone else's stuff. Like I want to do this. I
Yeah,
want
absolutely.
to.
I'm down to like I really want to since I got this new software, I really want to like do something with like having a panel or something that we talk about a wrestling show like after it
Mm.
happened. Like I don't know, maybe do something for Double or Nothing. I got crazy ideas in my
Oh yeah.
head of what I want to do with it. So I'll definitely have you back on something because this was fun.
Oh yeah. 100%. It's
All
gonna be
right,
a
y'all.
chill. It's gonna be a chill vibe. It's gonna be a great time, and that's all I'm here for. Is a great time because I'm done with the, like if I don't like something, I'm gonna bitch about. I'm done with that. If I don't like it, I'll say what I gotta say, but I'm not gonna harp on it for like eternity type of thing. Like I'm not gonna
Me
keep
neither.
going on about
I'm tired of doing that. I'm getting too old for that.
it.
At this point, I'm just watching what I want to watch, and I'll just say my opinion on it. If you don't like it, oh well, I don't care. You can
Yeah,
hate me all you want. I
like
don't care.
the
It
closest
is what it
thing.
is.
The closest time I did that was last September when the whole brawl out thing happened. And I was annoyed because like All Out felt so damn long.
Uh
And I
huh.
was just, I bitched about it on Twitter though. And then whatever I saw like CM Punk related when he was like bitching about what he was bitching about, like I was the guy that put that clip of Ukarukas playing the violin.
That was
That
you.
was me.
That guy said in the Twitter group chat I was in. I was like, oh my god, y'all are wrong.
That was me. That was on my second Twitter account after my first one got suspended. Yeah, I was just like, I was so annoyed because I was already annoyed at how long the show was, and then here I'm like, you just won the world title. What are you bitching about? The
Thank
fuck?
you, thank
Like,
you.
where
And
you going with that? And I was
that's
like, yeah,
what
you know what?
brawl out.
Boom, nigga.
That's what they're calling it. The media scrum of hell. Somebody said.
God
Oh man, that was an interesting time in AEW history. We'll look back at that in 10 years and be like, damn,
damn.
that really happened.
Oh yeah.
Can't believe it's almost been a year. Jesus, this year's going by fast,
I
man.
don't like it, bro. I feel like we're about to get older quicker, and then we're about to see that Grim Reaper sooner. I don't like
They,
it.
look. They saying that the plan is speeding up.
Mm-hmm.
People speed like like time is moving faster than it's ever moved.
Mm.
But no, well, oh no, global warming don't exist though, Jim.
No.
There's no such thing as more rain in places and getting the earth getting hotter, Jim. What they say? I said, okay,
All right.
okay, all right. You believe whatever you want to believe, but that's why I say the black people always say we here for a good time, not for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Because you never know, man. You never know.
Never know what time's up.
I know. And the funny part. I want to end the video, but I want to say this before we go.
Yeah.
The funny part is, it's not even the old folks that's going now. It's people as young as 12, man.
Yeah, it's great. It hurts me whenever I hear young kids pass away. It's like damn, they didn't even get to at least be an adult for a short time before that happened. Damn.
Yeah, it hurts me so much. I just 3 17-year-olds I read gone this week. All they all, couple of them was about to graduate
Yeah.
high school in like 3 weeks. One of them, and one of them in my local area, she passed away yesterday. Gone.
Mm,
Heartbroken. I've never seen so many like tears on a social media timeline than I seen yesterday and the day before.
yeah.
Whenever people got the news, it really shattered me. I was like, oh my god, like, and it really put me into perspective that that can be anybody that you know at any given time.
That yeah. Every time, whenever my sister wants to, she loves to hug me all the time, and there's times where I reject it because I'm like, you gave me one yesterday. There's times where when I don't, I feel that sense of regret because like
You never know if that could be the last time.
exactly. So
So
that's why I
that's
try
why I
my best.
always like tell my people I love them. That's why I say I always give them hugs. I always give them kisses
Mm,
because I'm in college now and I be gone weeks at a time. So I don't know when I come back, somebody might be gone. You never know. That's why I just live every day as best as possible. Try to enjoy myself every day
mm-hmm.
and enjoy it with the people around me because you just never know. And
You
that
never
and that's the sad part. You don't know.
don't know. But yeah, appreciate you having me on the show. Hope y'all enjoyed. I'm sure y'all laughed your asses off. I'm sure,
Probably,
and
man.
I'm not gonna. I'm sure. I'm gonna love every time somebody refers, like even shows a clip of me saying, you know.
I'm begging them. I'm begging them to clip it. And y'all hearing
Oh.
this now? Please go back and clip that man saying, "I thought Triple H was black." I need you might go viral. You might go viral on Twitter, dog.
Hey. I mean, look, I was a confused 12-year-old.
I haven't laughed that hard on camera in so damn long, man. I almost had tears coming.
I knew because like ever since I realized what
Oh
I've done, and ever
man.
since then I just knew it would be funny to tell that story. That's why like I'm not afraid to admit it because like it's funny, it's hilarious, and I
Yeah,
know people are gonna love it.
I mean, I have a story on mine when I first started watching. When I first told it, people was like, "That got you interested?" Like, yeah, you sure did. What the hell?
Yeah,
I'm here now, right? But yeah, like, subscribe, share. Jim's links will be in the description down below. He will
Mhm.
also be in the comments, so you guys can go subscribe, watch his universe mode, watch
I'm
whatever you want
gonna
to watch from him. Follow
and
him on Twitter.
I'm gonna share the crap out of this.
Yes, please share.
In
Please
the
share it
community
all.
tabs on Twitter. I'm telling y'all watching me. I'm telling you this now. In the community tabs, in my Discord link, I'm gonna share this at least for the next week. I'm gonna share it. Like, hey, watch this. Watch
Watch this.
this.
This is genuinely probably the funniest interview
Yeah.
I've done in a long time. Yeah, but yeah, it was fun. Thank y'all so much once again for taking the listen. Thank you, Jim, again, and
Thank you.
we will catch you around, guys. Peace out.
See you around next time.